If the Volunteer Park Amphitheater could talk, oh, the tales it might tell. Its successive bandshells have borne witness to countless civic, religious, musical, and theatrical events spanning more than a century. The site's first bandshell, designed in 1915 by eminent architect Carl F. Gould, proved an instant draw. The generous lawns north of the park's reservoir handily accommodated large crowds. An inaugural sunset concert on June 20th, 1915, featured hugely popular T.H. Dad Wagner's 40-piece marching band. Thousands clapped waltzes, operatic excerpts, and selections from the farce High Jinks, as well as a medley of Sousa-esque marches. Besides summer concerts, the amphitheater has hosted a wide array of civic and religious events. The local Moose Lodge 211 promoted White House-inspired egg-rolling contests in the early 1920s. Local children were exhorted to bring their own spoons until soggy April grass dampened enthusiasm. Easter sunrise services, undaunted by inclement weather, ran from 1926 through the late 60s, often commencing with a lone bugler before dawn. Faithful crowds once reached 50,000, reported the Seattle Times. In September 1927, more than 30,000 grade schoolers gathered on the green swards to welcome their greatest modern-day hero, Charles Lindbergh, after his transatlantic flight to Paris. The Times also boasted about his monoplane's locally grown spruce struts. Our main then photo from June 12, 1932, features a Flag Day commemoration of George Washington's bicentennial. Prize-winning essays about the first president's youth and manhood, with Cherry Tree, we presume, were read by Queen Anne and Garfield high school students. From 1945 to 1961, the amphitheater annually observed I Am an American Day, honoring new citizens. In 1962, the ceremony moved to the Seattle World's Fair's Flag Pavilion. By the late 1960s, countercultural summer be-ins entered the park's mix. Column founder Paul Dorpat might occasionally be found cavorting with favorite local band, formerly Lamar Harrington. In 1974, the site celebrated the first Seattle Pride Week festivities, which continue at the amphitheater today. Carl Gould's by then crumbling bandshell was torn down in 1947 and replaced by a makeshift wooden stage until the early 1970s, when landscape architect Richard Hagg erected a roofless brick structure in its place. In our now photo, its stunning $2.7 million replacement, designed by architect Owen Richards, noted for Seattle Center's Chihuly Garden and Glass and the SIF Film Center, opened in July 2022. We tried to find an appropriate scale, which was of a piece with the landscape, Richard says, while providing a welcoming performance space. The new structure's graceful sweeping roof, reverberant acoustics, and spacious stage surely will tell stories for generations to come. In our first then photo, in June 1932, Flag Day celebrations featured patriotic music, a pageant of costume characters in colonial dress, and high schoolers Mary Ruth Moran, Frederick Moe Jr., and Jane Buchanan reading their prize-winning essays to a 2,000-strong crowd. In our second then photo, the Flag Day crowd in 1932, seen from the Gould bandshell's backstage wings. Our third then photo, Richard Hagg's early 1970s bandstand. In our first now photo, vocalist Sarah Gazarek entertains a laid-back crowd of jazz fans on August 17, 2023. On September 21st, Owen Richards Architects received a 2023 Civic Design Award from the Washington Council of the American Institute of Architects for the amphitheater. In our second now photo, Northwest-born Sarah Gazarek entrances a young admirer.
Never, never will I make